Congratulations, you've just been born. Not in some idyllic countryside or a cozy little nest in the forest. Nope. You've been blessed with life in the dense, humid, exhaust-filled air of the big city, where dreams come to die and pigeons come to exist. Your first view of the world? A rusty fire escape and an old pizza box. Romantic, isn't it? Your mom? Oh, she's there, but only long enough to stuff some pre-chewed street food into your mouth and fly off to who knows where. No hugs, no bedtime stories, just a face full of soggy bagel bits. The pigeon parenting method: drop it, feed it, leave it. But surviving the day is just step one. Now it's time for a real challenge. As a squab, that's baby pigeon for you non-bird nerds, you're not much to look at. Your feathers are patchy, you're about as graceful as a wet sock, and your biggest achievement so far is not rolling off the ledge. Honestly, your appearance is why people don't believe baby pigeons exist. You're ugly enough to make people think you're a conspiracy theory. But hey, you've got time to glow up. And by glow up, I mean grow into an adult pigeon, which basically means looking like someone dipped a dove in sidewalk grease. Now here's where things start to get really interesting. Fast forward a few weeks and it's time to leave the nest, or more accurately, the sad excuse for a nest balanced on an AC unit. It's not exactly a scenic departure when your launch pad is a pile of cigarette butts, greasy McDonald's wrappers, and a few unmentionable substances. You take your first leap of faith, only to discover your wings aren't quite ready. Gravity? Oh, it's more than ready. The sidewalk below seems less forgiving with every passing second. Flying in the city? Let's just say it's nothing like the movies. No epic mountain vistas or serene valleys, just a high-stakes game of dodgeball with bus mirrors, power lines, and the occasional cup of iced coffee hurled from a frustrated pedestrian. And then there's the guy armed with a bag of fries, treating you like the star of his viral TikTok stunt. Oh, and let's not forget your charming nickname, Sky Rat. Flattering, isn't it? In the city, falling is easy. It's surviving that gets interesting. Let's talk about your diet. You might think, a bird in the city? Endless food options, right? Sure, if by options you mean day-old pretzels, popcorn that's more gum than corn, and mystery liquids leaking from garbage bags. Your idea of a gourmet meal? Half a hot dog abandoned on subway stairs. Fancy, huh? And if you're lucky, you'll find a piece of bread, untouched by feet or tires. Michelin star? Forget it. But competition is fierce. There's always that one mob boss pigeon, puffed chest and all, who shoves you aside for the prime crumbs. It's not just a snack fight, it's survival. Basically, you're a contestant in the Hunger Games, Bird Edition, where the odds are never in your favor. Life's tough out here for a city pigeon. Make it easier by subscribing. You'll get more chaos, laughs, and maybe even a crumb of wisdom. Maybe. Now, about those humans. They love calling you rats with wings. But honestly, have you seen what they eat off food trucks? Deep-fried Oreos and meat skewers that probably fell on the ground first? Sure, there's the occasional sweet old lady tossing breadcrumbs in the park, but she's the exception. The rest? Swatting, yelling, and a daily reminder that you're one wrong step away from becoming a feathered pancake on the asphalt. And cars? Don't even get me started. Landing on one is like playing Russian roulette. Best case scenario, you get a nice warm perch. Worst case? The windshield wipers fire up and you're suddenly in an unplanned spin class. But hey, at least you've got your survival instincts, right? Oh wait, like that time you mistook a cigarette butt for a French fry and spent 10 minutes trying to swallow it. Or when you face-planted into a glass door because you thought your reflection was another pigeon. Instincts? Let's call them a work in progress. And the weather? Absolute chaos. Summer's all about tap dancing on molten asphalt while winter turns every sidewalk into an icy obstacle course. One wrong step and you're sliding across the street like a feathery curling stone. At least you've mastered the art of looking confused. You'll need it. As you grow older, you start to see the brutal hierarchy of city wildlife. At the top, the hawks, smug, feathered assassins who see you as a snack with wings. At the bottom, the rats, poor guys can't catch a break. And you? Firmly stuck in the middle, too clueless to outwit humans, too small to scare off squirrels, and way too slow to outrun seagulls. Those winged bullies will mug you for crumbs and then act like you're the rude one. And let's not forget the crows. They don't eat you, but they definitely laugh at you. But hey, in this jungle, survival isn't about winning, it's about not losing too badly. Good luck with that. By now, you've probably cracked the basics of city life. Flying? Still wobbly, but you make it work. Eating? A questionable mix of crumbs, mystery liquids, and sheer desperation. Social skills? Let's just say aggressively flapping your wings doesn't exactly win you friends at pigeon gatherings or anywhere else. You've got a mate now. Congrats, kind of. Don't expect fireworks or romantic sunsets. Pigeon relationships are more you again than forever and always. Together, you'll raise a few scruffy kids, teaching them the fine art of dumpster diving and how to dodge coffee cups flung from balconies. Then you'll watch them fly off, only to repeat the same trash-filled, chaotic cycle. It's the circle of life, just with way more bagels and chaos. At least no one's writing a Disney movie about this one. As the years creep by, life starts to feel heavier. Your feathers, once sleek and shiny, now look like they've been run through a tumble dryer set to regret. Your reflexes, slower than a squirrel on a sugar crash. Perched on a high-rise ledge, you stare down at the sprawling chaos of the city below, feeling like a retired stunt double reflecting on the good old days of dodging buses and snagging crumbs. But just when you think you've earned a quiet moment of reflection, bam! A seagull swoops in, snatching the crust you've been saving for hours. You're left with nothing but an empty beak and a bruised ego. And the moral of the story? Retirement isn't about peace. It's about losing your lunch to a seagull with no shame. Enjoy the view. So, why does it suck to be a pigeon in a big city? The garbage diet that would make a raccoon blush, the constant dodgeball game with buses and humans, the thankless existence where your biggest accomplishment is not becoming roadkill. It's a rough gig. Sure, city life isn't glamorous, but hey, at least you're not a rat. People actively hate those guys, and it could be worse. Imagine being a pigeon in a small town. No pizza crusts, no dropped hot dogs, just miles of empty sidewalks, quiet streets, and locals who probably think you're exotic. No overflowing trash cans, no late-night leftovers, just endless hunger and a diet of dry twigs. At least in the city, you have variety if you can fight for it. Small-town pigeons? They're living that foraging on hard mode life. Hit subscribe now, or a city pigeon might land on your car and leave you with a gift. Call it modern art.